the Rainbow, hey Mike, they'll put the poster up, you know, at the Rainbow with the time and, you know, the showing and everything. So we can get one of those there. That's always good.
Yep.
And, but, you know, we need to design something, or we could use existing Zeitgeist or poster. But I mean, I really would like to make a poster or say something, you know, about, you know, it's about money.
It's already done.
Yeah.
Just need to resize the image.
Yeah. So it's about money. And we, you know, we can all have some input online too about that. And we should do, we will have to do some postering, some flyering and stuff like that. But at the same time too, if there's anybody can think of any kind of event that's going on or anything like that, like a comedy show or any of that kind of stuff where you could go up and make an announcement in front of a bunch of people. You know, any kind of event. It doesn't really matter. And, you know, invite people. Sometimes all it takes is an invitation.
There's a lot of issues, major issues that a lot of people want to address. How would you organize it?
Well, organize what?
Well, like I said, there's a lot of issues. There's like people mentioned the price of fuel, there's the price of groceries, there's everyday living.
Ah, I see.
There's so many
Okay,
issues.
yes, I understand. So the way we do that is we address the cause. There is a singular cause to all of it. Those are the symptoms of the cause. And I know that's what our problem is we're all chasing our tail going after the symptoms. You put one out here, another one pops up here, and that's basically why you hear me talk about, and I'm not saying that people don't go work and don't go do and participate in our society or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm saying be aware that when you are participating in our society, what it is you are participating in. And you are participating in, right now, a parasitic society where we are all trying to make a profit. And when you profit, there's a loss. So the oil companies right now are trying to make a profit. And by the way, that's built right into the laws of the land that they must make a profit as a corporation. The board of directors must make decisions that make the most amount of money as possible for the shareholders in the corporation.
And this is where the frustration comes in.
Yeah, no, but that is where the reality is in the gas prices. So we need to change that. So you don't deal with that. That's a, hey, that if you're going to deal with that, you got to deal with also how come we don't have cures for our health care. It's because it's illegal for any pharmaceutical corporation to cure themselves out of business. So we got to change that. We got to change that. I mean, it's silly that we have a financial system that when people have money, okay, they can put it out there and they can make money off of money, interest on their money, okay? Now, that's not productive. That creates nothing in our society, nothing. It's not producing anything, it's sucking out of the production.
It's taking food off my kids.
Yes, it is. It takes food off all of our tables and it also makes us work a lot harder. And it's a form of corruption. It's corruption. The Ponzi scheme idea, that's what it is. I mean,
If there's a storm in the Gulf, they raise the price.
exactly, and that's because they can. And that's what they're supposed to do based on the system that we have. I mean, this is the way it is, and we got to change it. That's why we're here. We're going to try and make a better world, but we're not going to do it by tackling the price of gas. You can't do that. You got to tackle what causes that gouging. And most of these aren't even real, meaning the reasons why they raise the price. They're perceived. It's a story they can tell the public so they get the chance to do it. And they're actually supposed to.
Like right now they're blaming it on Libya. Only
Yes,
2% of
but
our
you
oil
got to
comes
realize that the corporations are supposed to do that. They're supposed to. It's not an option. And I don't care if it's Libya or wherever the other conflicts are or anything like that. They're supposed to. If you were sitting on the board of directors and you did not do that, make those decisions to do that, okay? Then you could be charged with something called breach of trust because you are being trusted to make the decisions that make the most amount of money for the corporation and its shareholders. Wow. You don't even, and if you don't, then the corporation and shareholders can bring criminal charges against you called breach of trust. And you can go to jail for up to 10 years in Canada, 30 years in the States. Hey, and if that's not enough, they have another option that they can exercise. Even if they don't want to exercise the first one, they can do this. They can sue you personally for the decisions you did make that made less money than the ones you could have made, if they can be proven in court that there's a difference. So you could lose your personal wealth and go to jail, lose your personal freedoms, if you do not make the decisions that make the most amount of money as possible. So know that they're supposed to do that, take advantage of that. Those situations that are either created or perceived. Doesn't even matter if they're real, as long as it raises the price and they make more money. They're supposed to. Why do we think they're not? Why does anybody think they're not supposed to do that? Why? It's maybe because they don't understand that they're supposed to. That's it.
That's it right there.
So we gotta stop it. We gotta stop it.
Everyone thinks.
I mean, we can't do this. This is crazy. And then, and you know what? You came here as a good social, activist member. But when we go ahead and just don't know the cause of the problem, that's why I say it's so positive to see the problem. Because now you know the problem. You're not chasing the symptoms anymore. You're not wondering why there aren't any cures being discovered for any diseases. You know. Not a guess. Now you all know. Everybody here knows. They're not supposed to. That's what it is. We just think they are, but they're not. So what we think, our views, our opinions, they aren't real. They've been created for us, and we bought into them. All of us. That's sad. And that's why it's so hard for anybody to talk to anybody about this. They'll run away because they bought into it. And they don't want to face that they were wrong. That's an ego thing, okay? But you know what? If you just know what you know and always be prepared to know better, then you're never wrong. You just know better. So now we all know better. And it didn't even hurt our egos. None of us. And it doesn't have to hurt the others, but they're programmed to think that they're going to be wrong and it's going to hurt their ego. And the fact of the matter is I'm just a messenger, okay? Listen to my words. Forget the messenger. I know I've got emotions. I'm an animated guy. I mean, I care like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe how much I care. But the fact of the matter is my words are what people should be hearing, okay? Not me in their face or any of that kind of stuff, which I do. I get in everybody's face. And I do, and I love it too. But the fact of the matter is that I do that to raise their emotional state because we are stimulus response animals. And we need to be stimulated, for crying out loud. I'm not joking. So I stimulate people, I make them feel uncomfortable. That's pretty much, and then some of them run away and never come back, but that's okay. Because they got something to think about. And they do, and that's all I can do. I love this, my favorite joke of all. My friend Dougie told me this. How many psychologists does it take to change a light bulb? And I said, I couldn't believe it. It's only one. But the light bulb has to want to change. You cannot change another human being. That human being needs to want to change. And then you can help them when they want to change. You can guide them. But you can't make them change. Nobody. And when I am making people feel uncomfortable, I'm not trying to make them change. I'm just trying to make them feel uncomfortable. So, and then that makes their awareness go up because they're uncomfortable. It's something different. Maybe they can understand something different. So anyways, if I've offended anybody by being in your face?
Not at all, Dave.
That's awesome. That's it. That's it.
awesome, buddy.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Alex Hackberry. I just want to add a little more onto what Dave said earlier. A lot of people here are kind of, older, and you'd expect, 30, 40-year-olds to care about the world, but I'm 19, and I'm not going to stand by and let the world continue to be corrupted. I've lived my life in this, and everyone my age we've seemed to be just fed into this profit motive, and I used to be, let's make a profit, and that's all I cared about. That's how I was raised up, but I know I can't be the only one. Everyone out there, just come together. It doesn't matter if you're 12, 13, if you care about the world, then do it. You can do it. It doesn't matter your age. Get a couple people together. Talk to your mom and dad, your cousins. A lot of people are going to look at you and say, oh, you're crazy, you're nuts, but it doesn't matter. If you have 1 million people say no and 10 people say yes, those 10 people can easily easily do a lot more.
Thanks, guys.
It's just that kind of snowball effect that we all have to aim for. This World Public Union started last week. We have things in many countries now. Like, it's spreading. Get part of this movement. This is it. This is what's going to change the world. And we got to come together because, like Dave said, this isn't a rental car. We have one planet. We have one thing. We can't just continue to put toxins in the environment, into our bodies. The human genome itself, 120 years. Why are we living to 80? Why are we living to 70? Explain this to me, please. We've got, right in Sudbury, we're trying to ban fluoride in the water. It's ridiculous. Like, it reduces IQ. There's been studies, even over the course of a few weeks, it'll slowly decrease your ability to function. So, you can do it. Just keep trying, and yeah, that's all I have to say.
Ashbel, one of the residents there from the Zeitgeist, and I was wondering if anybody wanted to pitch in the pot to help raise funds for the theater idea. I don't know, myself there, I'm throwing 100 in, and if enough of us pitch in a little, basically raise up enough funds to
It's 300 total to rent the theater out to watch the Zeitgeist, and he said he'd pitch in 100, Dave said he'd pitch in 100, I'd pitch in money myself.
There's gotta be a way to get like
If five people here have 20 bucks, then the theater's paid for, and we can watch it.
The big thing is we're the poorest segment of the population trying to change things, but you know what? If there's enough of us throwing in a little bit of money,
We can
we
change
have a
things.
fighting chance.
So let's change things.
Definitely.
Let's pitch in. I've got 20 bucks. You said you